Shifting focus now to Pakistan, where the military has launched a fresh and brutal crackdown on the Balochistan activists. In the latest, Baloch rights activist Maharang Baloch has sent a message to the world from Gwadar city asking for solidarity with the Baloch people. Maharang Baloch accused Pakistani security forces of shelling and firing on locals and preventing anyone from entering or leaving the city. A curfew-like situation has reportedly been imposed in Balochistan as the military cracks down on protesters. One person has died, several others have been injured. The unrest erupted after Maharang Baloch announced a Baloch national gathering in the city of Gwadar. The goal of the gathering basically was to protest against the quote-unquote Baloch genocide. But since their call for the rally, she and other Baloch activists have reportedly faced harassment and threats. In fact, on Saturday, the situation worsened. Maharang Baloch said that the Pakistan military was turning Balochistan into a war zone. Despite stating their peaceful intentions, she said that the Pakistan government and the military have blocked their right to protest. She said, and I'm quoting, "Balochis have the right to raise their voice against the Baloch genocide," quote unquote. The provincial government, led by the Pakistan People's Party, reportedly denied permission for the gathering in Gwadar, citing security issues. Then the Pakistani Counter-Terrorism Department reportedly raided the houses of Baloch activists, detaining over 200 people in what activists describe as abductions. In Mastung, Pakistani forces reportedly opened fire on protesters, injuring 14 activists. As per reports, in other areas like Dalbandin, Makran, Turbat, Gwadar, communication services have been cut off. Meanwhile, in Quetta, a sit-in protest continues, with the local residents voluntarily shutting down markets and joining the protest against the government. Such is the level of repression that Maharang Baloch is now appealing to the international human rights organizations for help. Remember, Balochistan is one of the most heavily militarized provinces in Pakistan. Pakistani security forces have been accused of severe human rights violations, including forced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and torture in Balochistan. Forced disappearances have become a primary tactic, as per reports. Activists, students, journalists, even ordinary citizens suspected of quote-unquote separatist leanings are often reportedly abducted in utter disregard to laws and human rights. In fact, the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan documented more than 1,000 cases of disappearances in Balochistan from 2014 to 2018. What's more, bodies of missing Baloch people are often found dumped in remote areas, only to be found with visible signs of torture and trauma. Activists describe this as the Pakistan government's kill and dump policy. They say that such extrajudicial killings are carried out to intimidate and silence dissent within the Baloch community. But despite repeated condemnations from international rights organizations, Balochistan remains on the brink of conflict. And these human rights violations are the reason why Baloch activists protest. But every time they try and do that, or they do that, the state tries to silence them with intimidation, harsh crackdown, and with heavy-handed attempts to baton charge, withhold utilities in freezing weather, so on and so forth, and arrest and suspend government employees for allowing the protest to take place in the first place. It's gone beyond the point of dialogue. There is no diplomacy or dialogue. In fact, former caretaker Prime Minister Anwar ul Haq Kakar has equated the protesters with terrorists. It was followed by a digital smear campaign against the Baloch protest. Journalists who are seen as sympathetic to the Baloch cause are threatened and arrested. As a result, there is a Pakistan government-imposed blackout on mainstream media as well, reportedly. The constant intimidation and harassment has created a significant trust deficit, hindering any positive resolution to the crisis in Balochistan. And with the government in Islamabad paying absolutely no attention to the Balochistan's to Balochistan's true problems, economic and social instability, the crisis in the province continues unabated. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.